Hello, welcome back to Tobago. On today's flight, we are flying from this small island northwards up to St. Lucia. Short flight, should only be about 35-40 minutes. But it should be good. The weather's cloudy, as you can see, but the winds are fairly light and out of the east. So we're going to go in, get the airplane set up and going, get all the passengers on board, and then we're going to head off. So let's hop back into the aircraft. And here we are. So this is my first flight in the Airbus using the honeycomb yoke. So it's going to be interesting to see how this works. So we can go down our checklist here. Just getting my sheet. Alright, so parking brake is set, chocks are removed, GPU is connected, throttle is set to idle, and ignition, ignition switches are turned off, but I forgot I had this on for the my first 787 flight as I was looking for all my indicators. Is it notifications? Nav aids. Trying to remember where the indicator is as it under piloting. No. Where was that? Oh, maybe it was under graphics. Let's go back. General settings. It was under camera. Is it cockpit? Oh, can't remember. Cockpit tooltips. There we go. New control, you lose track of where things are. That's better. Okay. So, up to the batteries. Batteries are on and good. And external power is on. The gears are on. Panel lights will come up. It's going to be a little bit cloudy or dark under the clouds, so we'll make sure these are all turned up. Well, not the floodlights, although one notch of flood for you, one notch of flood for you. Put the E-cams and the overhead. And one I did not know about is that one. We'll give you 2 clicks there and 2 clicks there. Excellent. So now that all that is on board, we can start getting our passengers on board. And doing their thing. And we won't, because it doesn't recognize this airport. Alright. We won't worry about packs for this flight. Nav lights will come on. Panel lights are all good. Landing gear lever is confirmed. Down. Flaps are confirmed down. And spoilers are confirmed retracted. Fuel quantity is good. Seatbelt signs are on and no smoking sign is on. DI is not required. Transponder 7. We'll go to 2000. North America generic. IFR. Beacon light. Come on. Oh, not that one. We will set that. Emergency lights are armed. Today's flight is 25,000 feet. So we'll plug that in. There we go. Departure briefing. It's going to be departure on runway 110 to the east. And then we're going to turn to the north at that point. So while the gears are aligning, we can go over here and start setting up our flight. So we have correct aircraft information. We're going to initialize TFF. F is our alternate today. Our flight number is FLCT05. Cost index of 25, and 250 is our flight altitude for today. Performance, it's going to be a flaps 2 takeoff today due to the shorter runway here. So that's all set. For our flight plan, we are going from TTCP, and our departure is going to be on runway 11. There are no SIDS or stars available for it. And our landing today is going to be an arrival on the, well, it's really going to be visual. But we'll do the RNAV for 10. That's fine. And there's no stars or anything available there. So if we move up to the system here, we'll go to plan mode. See, we're going to take off. We'll immediately turn up towards our point, and then we just kind of go up and around. We'll go north of the island, come back down, and come in for landing. So that is looking fantastic. We'll set you up over there, and the current altimeter 2980. I'll get you set in there, and then we will set the standby 2980 as well. Back over to performance page. So we're pretty well set up. This is we're about halfway through our Caribbean trip. We're on the southeast corner of the Caribbean if you look at it. And over the next few flights we're going to head up north through the islands, short hops. And then our last flight will take us back over to Miami. What do we got? 1 minute to go. So not too bad. Beautiful little island here. It has been a good time had by all. Alright, so let's get ourselves set up in the cockpit. There we go. And we're up and running. Okay, cabin doors are all closed. We're ready to proceed. We're just going to start here. Oh, something I should have been doing. Get that APU up and going. So I'm not going to make you wait while we wait for the APU. We'll come back as soon as it is up and going. Alright, the APU is ready, so we'll go APU bleed on and disconnect the external power. Thrust levers are at idle. Engine area is clear. Fuel pumps will come on. Beacon is on already. Mode selector goes on, and we go to our Engine start number 1. There we go. Got the pumps going there. Let's start up engine number 2. Engine number 2 is up and running. So generator switches are all on. Come down the panel. Everything's good. We'll turn on that. We'll get the air on in the back. Fuel flow good. Hydraulic pump switches are all on. APU will now come off. So before taxi checklist, Windows Pro Heats come on. Heading indicator and altimeter. Altimeters are set 29 or 80. Cross check. Standby instruments are set. Radios and avionics are set for departure. Autopilot is set. Flight director is on. Auto brake set to max. Flaps set to 2. Elevator trim is set to 1 up. And flight controls. Alright. So, full left, full right, neutral, full forward, full back, neutral, left rudder, right rudder. Neutral. Flight controls are good. Engines are good. So, taxi light will come on. We can parking brake off. And we're going to roll and just edge out forward. Just put my checklist to the side. All right. Should miss the building. I know we were a little close, but should be all right. Nice gentle taxi out. Basically, we're going to taxi out onto the runway and then go down, make our turnaround, and then come back. but we're going to have to stop here for a second. And again, I've lost some of my pre-programmed buttons on my joystick, so we're going to have to look down every now and then. Okay. So we're going to fast takeoff, we're going to do that, we're going to do this, get them ready in the back. So parking brake, flight instruments are checked, engine instruments are checked, takeoff speeds are set, takeoff data is all set, nav equipment is on, landing lights come on, strobe lights will go on, taxi light will go to takeoff, feeder heat says required, de-ice not required, so transponder goes on, PWS comes on, radar comes on, and chrono comes on, and we are good to roll out for takeoff. So parking brake will come off, and we can move out and head down to that end of the runway. It's not too far. It's been a lot of fun here, but it is time to go. Alright, so we're going to turn around here. Just keeping an eye on our speed as we do this, because this thing will get away from us a little bit. All right, swing it around. There we go. Do our final checks. Everything is set and ready to go. So parking brake is off, 10 degrees down, and throttle up. Toga's in flex, or throttle's in flex. It's 80 knots. 100 knots, ease back the pressure. V1, rotate to 17 knots. Right, positive rate. Gear up. Okay, we're a bit nose high. Okay, thrust back to climb. And autopilot is on. And there's the island of Tobago. Looking very nice. Flaps to 1. Flaps up. There's a little bit of rain out there, but not too bad. It's probably those clouds we saw at the airport. So again, we're only going up to 25,000 feet today. So it should be pretty good. So it's going to be a short flight. I will let you guys enjoy the views. See you on descent. So we're descending down now. There's St. Lucia over there. We're basically flying around the island on the approach here. As you can see, there's a lot of weather. Oops. A lot of storm clouds, thunder. Ooh, thunder and lightning. So it's going to be interesting as we make our final descents here and turns. Basically a big left-hand circle around the island. It's going to be interesting. This is an RNAV approach. It'll be a visual approach. Once we're lined up, we'll be hand flying her down. Brutal weather out here. This is live weather, using the Flight Sim's live weather. Sorry, no, it's using Rex's live weather input. Sorry. So looks like they're having a miserable, miserable day. We left about 10:30 in the morning. Real life weather, it's about 7 o'clock at night. So. Pounded pretty good here with this storm front. Breaking out of that a little bit. I'm going to start our swing around the island. Come around the north side and then fly back down the west side. Hold 3,000 feet until we get to tubed, which is where we turn in towards the runway, and we'll drop to 1,800 feet, which is where we're going to do our final approach from. It's nice blue water down there, but man, there's some storms over the island, or alongside the island, I guess it is. had the speed brakes out trying to control our descent so we can come in on those. Actually going to arm them for landing so I don't have to worry about it later. Now that we're almost level. So it did want us at 4,000 feet at this point, but I didn't want to be flying through the storms, so we're just going to pass under them. It is rather dramatic. As we go sweeping under these localized storm cells. Not very nice indeed. We got some purple ones there. So the airport's on the southern tip of the island. So we're going to, as you can see here, we're going to fly down a bit and go out a little bit more, and then we make a hard left turn, and then we'll come in and land. There's St. Lucia. One of the islands in the eastern part of the Caribbean. Currently undergoing some pretty bad weather. Alright. So we're back on standard pressure. That's set. Landing lights are on. The landing system. Don't need fuel quantity is checked. We're fine. Flaps and landing gear are checked, and both are up. Speed brake is armed. So once we pass Saville, I'm going to slow us down to 210 knots. And at the logo there, we're going to go to 180. It seems right now to be at the edge of one of these little storm cells. There, we're just passing under one now. Wow. The weather force says few clouds at 200 feet. That's it. No significant weather. Wow, I think something's lying here because I am seeing some pretty significant weather here. That's all good. All right. Speed coming back to 210. Frames are getting a little chunky because of the clouds. As soon as we pass through 220, we'll go flaps 1. we're through 220, so flaps 1. Oh, come on, easy. Looks like the clouds are surrounding the island. Kind of unusual. I thought that, well, I know in the Pacific, I thought that for the most part the clouds formed over the islands as it pushed the moist air up, so you could actually, as you flew along, you could see where you saw little clutterings of clouds. They were overhead the islands. Perhaps not. Alright, we're going to throw on the terrain radar just so I can keep track as we come in. And we got the weather radar on the FO's screens. Everything is good so far. We're just kind of cutting under the edge of these clouds, if not going to pass through the bottom of them. So we're 5 miles out from the logo, and that's where we're going to make our turn to basically due south. And we'll get ready to pick up our approach vector. We got some bigger storms ahead of us here. So when we land, we will be turning off to the left, I believe. Yes, we will. All right. It's 2.5 miles. Come on. Do this to me. Alright, there's the logo, so we will go down to 180, no, 180. And as we go through 200, we'll drop the speed to 180. Our VRAF approach speed today is 130. I think with the winds, we'll probably come in at 140. Okay, speed's below 200. Flaps 2. Okay, speed back to 160. We'll go flaps 3. Oop. Come on, mouse. Cooperate. There is the turn. Descending at 160 down to 1800. See the base of the bottom south end of the island in sight. And the airport should be somewhere in there.
2,500.
Okay, speed back to 140. And we're gonna have to start this thing down. Alright, so gear coming down. Flaps are full, speed brake is armed. Cabin crew, the ding.
Cabin crew, please take your seat.
It's 1,800 feet. My speed is dropping there. Okay, easy. Thrust levers get knocked out? Yeah, they did. Okay, stop. What are you doing? Clicking away like that. No idea what's going on there. Very annoying. Anyway, we're in speed mode, so it should hold it now. Alright. Put on the landing system, it'll give me my little indicator there. Oh, there we go. The weather just changed on weather forcing. Thunderstorms in the area. Well, thank you for letting us know. Alright, so we're just watching the magenta box there. You can see how it moved. So that's our RNAV approach path. So I just got to keep it lined up on that. Just want to see if that goes the way we want to do that. No, that's good. That's what's supposed to happen on an RNAV approach. And then we just fly the box down. And it should adjust the speed as we go. We're looking a little high. Keep her lined up. It is a visual approach. I'm using the magenta thing as a guide. You can see the VASI lights, and they are showing a little high. So let's see if we can bring her down a little bit.
Sync rate.
All right, relax.
Sync rate. Sync rate.
There we go.
Sync rate.
One red.
Sync rate.
Two red. We're in the box still.
500.
Winds are almost straight down the runway.
200. 100. 60. 50. 40. 30. 20.
Hold it.
Retard. Drive.
Hold it. Forgot the auto brake. That's all right. And reverser's off. Turn in. There we go. A little bit of throttle. Welcome to stormy St. Lucia. All right. Just gonna park her up here for a second. So, spoilers, flaps, retract, engine mode selector. It's normal. Landing lights are off. Taxi light will go on, strobe lights are off. Wing lights I don't need, they I don't need. Anti-ice can come off. APU is going to come on. Brake temps, how's the brakes doing? Brakes are doing fine. Transponder will come off. PWS will come off. Weather radar will come off. Elevator trim will go back to 1 up. All right, we're ready to taxi. We're going to gate 2, I believe. Let's pull up my airport chart. Gate 3. It'll be the first one when we hit the terminal building. Which is right over there. GA parking here is cargo operations, and there's the terminal over there. It's not a large airport. Runway is 9,000 feet though, so it's not too bad. All right, we'll get her in. Parked up. It looks like they parked a bunch of GA airplanes over there. That's fine. go in right here. If they're gonna do something like that, that's fine. Just gonna wheel around and we'll take this spot here. And there we go. Oh, parking brake. Set. Thrust levers are idle. Let's get the APU up and running. Ground contact. Well, I'm sure they're going to come running out in a minute. Electrical power. Parking brake. Nav lights are on. Beacons are on. Logo light can come off, taxi light will come off. People can get up and start moving around, that's fine. Let's go, flight director can come off. ECAM status, yeah, we're all good on the ECAM. Nothing to recall. Everything else is pretty good, just waiting for the APU to come up. And we'll go. Now, I know this airport does take in commercial flights, I just don't know the size of the airplanes. So, you can see it's not a big place. And again, it's an airport on the southern tip of the island. There is that storm. Wow, that's building too. Not good. Glad we're down now. Alright, APU, are you up? Yeah, you're up. Alright, so we'll get the APU bleeds on. And then we can shut down the engines. There we go, folks. That's it on this leg of our Caribbean tour. You can join us for the next one. See you then. Bye for now.